Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam, the Miracle Man. Now let's create a miracle in your life right here, right now. Time's a ticking. Let's do this. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about getting rid of head trash. It's all those stories that create anxiety, stress, worry, not good enough. All that stuff just needs to be thrown out to remember who we truly are. That is perfect spirit consciousness, the light within you. So today, I don't think I ever talked about this topic, at least not recently, but what is awakening? What is enlightenment? And why does it seem so difficult, so complicated? That's actually a very simple process to awaken, to remember our own light, that enlightenment. But we're so consumed in the head trash, the stories, that we forget who we are. We believe we're this body, that we are a certain name and age and ethnicity, all of our stories and our beliefs. That's the head trash. We are not that. And we're not this body. We can go to a good example where you're not the body. Take a look at the pictures throughout your life, from a toddler to a kid, to a teenager, to an adult, to where you are today. Look at all those different photos. Where did you go? Really, where did you go? Look at all these bodies. Where did you go? No place. Because you are that consciousness, that perfect spirit, that light within you. So it's simply awakening, enlightenment, is simply remembering who you are. That's it. And that process to get there is about letting go of these stories that are making you forget. And they're actually creating a sense of separation. That it's you versus them, that you're separate from the whole. And the circle behind me reminds us that we are one and that we are whole and complete, just as we stand here. If you don't feel like you're whole and complete, that's head trash. It's creating separation, it's creating judgment, it's criticism. So it's about getting rid of all that stuff that prevents us from knowing who we are, but not intellectually knowing. We can recognize, oh yeah, I'm consciousness, I'm light, I'm energy. That's very intellectual. But can you just sit there and just be and feel all this life force pouring through you? It's a state of a deep peace, deep relaxation, where the mind isn't grabbing you out of this moment. It's fully knowing yourself as this peace, this consciousness, this being called soul, spirit. That's who we truly are. And this is how my first self-realization happened through my 5-minute a day practice. So I never knew how to meditate. I simply read that meditation brings inner peace. Great, I need inner peace. I was so stressed out, so overwhelmed, dealing with multiple sclerosis, taking all this medicine, using my cane, being a rapid cycler bipolar, which meant my moods were all over the place, not changing gradually. I would go from like severe highs to severe lows 4 to 5 times a day. I was on this roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down. So it took my doctor about 5 years to get that medicine right, so I was stable, where I wasn't in this emotional turmoil or highs all the time. And then the MS was just creating its own sorts of difficulties and issues. And then, of course, the migraines, the psoriasis, the arthritis. I was a mess. I was always wondering what else is going to go wrong. So when I read about meditation brings inner peace, I'm like, I need inner peace. Just need inner peace. So I just sat there that night for 5 minutes. Just, I think I had like a song playing in the background that was 5 minutes long, and just like an instrumental song, something really soft and smoothing, but way in the background, so it wouldn't cause any emotional issues. I don't know how I picked that music. I just did. I figured, okay, that's fine. It's like my timer. That's my 5-minute timer. The 5-minute track is my timer. So when I don't hear the music anymore, then I know 5 minutes is up. So what I would do with that practice was, well, initially when I first began, the mind would be think, 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 think. And I would say, stop thinking, which was a thought, chasing a thought. Think, think, think. Stop thinking, think. So then I realized after 2 weeks, wait a second, that's a thought chasing a thought. And my thoughts aren't the truth, and I'm not my thoughts. So if I'm not my thoughts, then who am I? Ask yourself that. If you don't have these thoughts, these beliefs, these opinions, these stories, who are you? Take away your personality, your identity. Who are you? That's remembering who you are. That's the state of awakening, enlightenment, whatever you wish to call it. It is that. Because that cannot be fully described. We can give it some words like peace, serenity, light, consciousness, soul, spirit. But you can't really accurately define that. You have to feel it. You have to embody it, unless otherwise it becomes intellectualized. And that's not a place where you want to be. It's one thing to be able to talk all that theory and talk like you live that experience, but it's another to actually have that experience. I share this once in a while. Like I saw Ayashante speak once or twice. I forget. I either saw him, maybe I saw him speak twice at a conference in California. And he was on stage with someone else. So they were both talking about, these deeper states of consciousness, awakening. And you can see the person that embodied awakening and who knew the theory of awakening. Ayashante was the embodiment. If you see Ayashante, he just lights up. He's just really at peace. And the other one knows a good talk and theory, but his energy just felt so different. And that's the best way I can describe it. When you can see two people right in front of you, you can really contrast it. Who's light and free and who's thinking and who's operating from this level versus this level. But it really doesn't matter because we're all on our journey to discover ourselves. We need to let go of the judgment, the criticism of others, comparing yourself to others. That really doesn't serve. It's just an interesting observation. Everyone has their own journey, their own way of being, and there's no rules on how we have to be. But if you're looking to awaken, to be in the light, to enlightenment, then you need to let go of all criticism, judgment, comparison, opinions, and realize that ultimately doesn't matter. That outside stuff doesn't matter. It's just here for our growth. Because we came in as spirits, consciousness to grow, to expand. And anytime this is churning away that inner dialogue, we're contracting, we're making ourselves smaller. So we just need to let all that go and just realize everyone has their own journey. Just notice, observe, and just keep marching your own direction. As long as they're not causing harm to others, to society, in that case you may need to step in. Like we don't want to see someone being attacked and just cowering away. We want to stand up for what is right. That we're all one perfect spirit, trying to do our very best in this moment. And we are doing our best in this moment, regardless of the mind's opinions, stories, because the mind is always seeing the imperfection in this moment. But this moment is perfect just as it is, because it's helping you to grow, to expand, to find a new way forward. So if life isn't going the direction that you want, then it's a time to take a look back at yourself and say, okay, what am I missing here? What am I missing? You're missing operating from this deeper level, this deeper place of flow, of consciousness. You're operating from the mind, and the mind is constantly guessing. The mind doesn't know what's best for you. The mind's perfectly comfortable with you being uncomfortable because it's afraid of change. Yet spirit is always urging you, step outside the box, stroll outside the lines, go your own way, move your own direction, and not be entrapped up here and get into this group think. Well, everyone else is doing it, I guess I should do it. That's nonsense. You're here to be your own being, to have your own experience. So to be mindful of the group think when it doesn't serve your best interest. What is your best interest? Step back and see what is best for you. And have that kindness and gentleness toward yourself and allow that to ripple out. And when you're at this place of peace, gentleness, then the body becomes back into harmony. This is a place where miracles get created. All right, well, take good care of yourself, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.